Good afternoon, traders. It's E from MarketWizards.com and eMiniWizard.com. And it's Friday, the 4th of October, about an hour to go in the trading day. Just reminding traders of a couple of things. First of all, make sure you are using risk capital that you can afford to lose. Important to remind ourselves of that idea. And also, we've got our October session will start. Live trading room begins next week. Anybody that wants access to that, sign up by the end of the weekend, and you'll have us live on Sunday night when we'll post a few ideas. And don't forget, we do have a value package for the Eagle training program that will give you the bells and whistles and then a multiple month opportunity. So check that out. All right, to the markets. We've had quite a barn burner the last couple of days. We had the reversal day yesterday. We had chosen 52 as our support. We had a nice bounce into the close yesterday, and then obviously overnight we had continuation, a morning after trend day. And then today we thought that the primary target would be to try to get to the 25 and a 456 trade. And then if there was follow through, get to that 42 target. So anywhere in that 40 and a half, we identified to 44.5, which is our last target for the day. Could scoot to any high after this, but that's the primary target. All targets achieved. And this has just been a runaway day. Once we came back and we held, coming back into our second support line, and that's just been sideways and then squeeze into the close. So we've advised all traders that are long to capture your profits above 40 and a half. Don't let it get away from you. Not looking at a plunge, but we certainly think that good 2-day run is deserving of some profit taking, and if it doesn't come, so be it. But the last one to leave could lose today. So make sure you're locked coming into the 42 target. And this was our 456. Here's our 40, here's our 50, here's our 60. We can see that we have broken through this double, where we broke, and I believe the goal of the boys is still until they take out that 49 and a quarter to 50 and a half highs. That's the controlling resistance right now. And of course, that's the game plan of the longs, always try to bust stops before they come back the other way. Nevertheless, all our targets are hit for today. And anybody that wants to trade short side end of the day, thinking you can grab a couple points, never as easy as you think. So we've suggested the only stop that you can really use is 49. And don't forget, we're almost 100 points off of that 55 low already. So the odds start to diminish as we get closer to that target. When we get the umbrella trade, as we had for a couple of days, then we often will get a snapback. I'm interpreting this as the beginning of the month bias long, and that the washout gave an opportunity for buyers to buy at a much better price. And again, we still have no idea as to the ultimate game plan next week. And we take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time. But certainly we're going to also be keeping our eye on that 29.47, which is last year's high. I think that is very important going forwards. So anybody that's had a good run today paid for sure, and we're going to keep that in mind for next week. And we're taking a look at the predictive, the support that we'd called yesterday 52s. Make sure you paid by that 55. We had 53 and a half support technically. But you can see on the OTF frame how we have gone from one extreme to the other. So the bottom end support was 52s, and then today good fortune up above the 30, 29, 75, and these two zones are the extreme zones. And here's a monthly look. We note that that 91, 92 area we thought was pretty important yesterday. And once we got back above it and held, we thought that would be a very significant idea. And then if we're off to the races, you have to hold this platform right here at this 98 area with had been resistance and then turned into support. And then we had this fast down, and now we've got fast up right through it. And there will need to be some backing and filling in this zone next week. So for now, this is a retest coming back up into this breakdown here. You can see the 3-point breakdown just above us around that 52 to 55. And that should be the next theoretical resistance as well. Anytime we see a big tail like this, it gives us a reason to believe that the low has been found. There's a 3-minute Globex chart that I've had on all day, and this has just worked perfectly. Once we got the move, the thrust up and the pullback, third time through right in here, and this held beautifully on the pullback. And this was do or die time, we felt, but you'll notice how this held on the pullback and the overnight high became support and then got thrust up and sideways and then squeezing and still squeezing. So this is not the type of a trade that you want to try to fight, because we know behind this you've even got a 5-minute and a 10 and a 15. So it didn't make sense to fight this once we got the thrust. And those who left at the end of the morning really had the bulk of the profits already in their pocket. And anybody that was trailing or playing options, obviously keep an eye on time, got about an hour left and time to make sure you get paid. The other chart that we'll show is our RTH chart. Well, maybe not. Not sure what I did to affect that, but that's too bad. But the pace we can see obviously has been up. Obviously bumped some setting there. And this is pulled into our red line, and then it's never even came back to the blue line yet. So still supportive at 37 at this point, 38. And that chart above the blue line and the rain line, everything is positive, going up, up, up. So for those of you who are still trading, good luck. It's time for me to hit the pool. And let me show this one last one that catches my eye too. You can see this is the range that we thought we're in. This was an absolutely perfect chart to make sure you were paid by 52s yesterday, and now we're hitting the top end of it. And that's coming back into that late December swing low and factoring that in as well. We look at a lot of charts. We think it gives us an edge. Hope you've enjoyed this brief review of the things we're looking at. Have yourself a great weekend. And don't forget, if you'd like to join us, go to our website and give us a look. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.